After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Hello. Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Good Trouble. We are back. It's been so long.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
We're all here. It's not just me and Darnell, I swear. Everyone else came back.
We truly have been fun.
Last time we played, we went to Monkey Island, talked to the guy. He gave us some kind of lead, right?
Yeah.
What did he say? I don't remember.
So he told you about Blackhurst Asylum. Blackhurst Asylum, yeah.
And that it had something there that they didn't want us to have? Or was it like a weakness?
Yeah, Better Angels didn't want anyone to go there for some reason.
Okay. And we also saved Monkey Island from the warden from...
Yes, and sealed him away.
From, I forgot the other prison.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black, yeah.
I knew it was something else black.
We straight up like buried him, right?
Yeah,
you sealed him away for 1,000
years. We killed him. We used the I forgot. Does it have a name? Tan?
You don't know the name.
Can we just call it Standstone?
I mean, your tongue is your own.
All right, we'll call it Standstone. So we stuck that in him so he can't revive again, and then I think we buried
stuck it in him. Did you say?
Yeah, we stuck it with an arrow, and then you still have your knife, right?
We do have a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just left the arrow in him, buried him, and then we got a lot of cred with the monkeys. And I think that's everything, right?
Yeah. And as the session concluded, your contacts from Good Trouble were arriving on the island, as you had hinted to them previously.
Nice. All right. Why don't you open for us, Tan Honey?
Absolutely. Why not? After all,
guy who was stalling.
Why not? After all,
yeah, I'm flipping through pages desperately.
So we begin. Much as we left off, you're on the beach. Basically, it's a few hours after the big battle against the warden, and you can see in the water the ship, the familiar prototype ship that has carried Good Trouble across the waves many a time, coming in.
It's disrupting the ocean. It's causing Aqua Lagoon.
Yeah. You can see the fish starting to die.
I just realized now that I've read Ennis Lobby, is the experimental ship just the sea train?
You can free, like I said, you're Lobe Zero, and you can imagine whatever you want.
That's true.
But as you're imagining this, you do see the ship come into port on a stone that conceivably could be a dock once upon a time, or in the far future. And you see, first off, a golden shape bound off the ship and onto the beach. First you think it's some kind of huge dog or something, but as it comes close you realise that's not a dog at all, and you're foolish to think so. It's a lion. It's Mbube.
Mbube!
Bounding towards you.
I run over and hug Mbube.
He accepts your hug.
I always was more of a cat person.
Roar.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give my boy scritches. Can I roll
He
the
rolls
scritch?
over. Absolutely you can.
What would that be?
Tell me what your heart desires and we'll make it work.
Power and power.
Where is the... I usually have a thing up. Oh, here it is. Maybe it would be Befriend. Where's Befriend? Pluck and Menacing. So that is
roll it.
4 and 5 for me. Oh wait, no, that's bats. Whoops. For me, it's... Pluck and Menacing is 4 and 3, so 7. One success.
He seems fine with it.
There's
no great enthusiasm.
He gives you like a passing glance.
This will suffice. Guys, come on, it's Mbube!
And next, as you're taking care of Mbube, you do see another group, a group of people sort of get off the ship. You see Mr. Rivers
Oh no.
climb out.
Rivers!
Chelsea goes to pet Mr. Rivers too.
I gotta hug Mr. Rivers as well. He's my friend.
Roll.
Sonny,
Roll for hug.
Do I roll for a hug?
he parries
Yeah.
your hug.
Whoa!
Don't touch.
Oh, okay.
It's like Dark Souls, like staggering backwards.
Vasilii! Regent! Get over
That's
here.
me.
It's our friend.
His name's Vasilii.
No! Slugger,
Hey,
the driver, get
Your
over
name's
here.
Vasilii.
Maybe I was here the whole time.
I'm trying to get my friends.
The accident wasn't your fault. Chelsea, you have to let them go.
But
What are you talking
Vasilii,
about?
I
Rivers?
It's just a joke.
I think Vasilii keeps a careful distance between him and Mr. Rivers.
What are...
Bats
Oh, yeah.
Bats is gonna come up to the group and kind of scan around. And does he see anybody else in this boat, or was it just Mbube and Rivers?
And Neil is also climbing out, it seems. He looks a little bit dishevelled. And alongside him is Pointy Exter.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
Days
great.
island's ruined.
Salutations, everybody! I see you have all made it out of Washington unharmed.
Vasilii walks up to point Dexter for a hug and a clap on the back. My bad.
I have like a bounty.
You have like a special handshake you do with him.
I have like a bounty
course.
wanted poster for Point
Oh,
Dexter,
look at this.
and I'm training the monkeys to attack him on sight.
I like nudge Chelsea, and I'm like, look at this two-faced motherfucker.
I
acting
know,
like
right?
he's friends-
Fake.
acting like he's friends with Poindexter.
Get off your high horse, Vasilii. Regent.
Excuse me, your friend can be compatriots with whoever he wishes.
Shut the fuck up, Poindexter. God.
Bats comes over to Neil, and he just kind of looks at him for a little and goes, "Seems like a pretty big welcome party for just a rescue mission, huh?"
Things are in chaos right now. We weren't sure how many people it was safe to travel with.
Where's Kay?
Kay is she's setting up a new headquarters, mobile headquarters on the other side of the Iron Curtain. We're gonna have to relocate for the time being until we know it's safe for us to operate in the West again.
So we all scattered across multiple locations, or is there anybody we could meet up with?
Like I said, Kay is setting up a little something. That might take a little bit of time, though.
Hey,
Until then, yes,
did you hear any other word on my son? What's going on with him? Is he?
we got him out. He's fine. He's not with us, but he's in a new safe house. We've arranged it.
And you're sure no one knows about it?
I'm sure. I'm certain.
Well, listen, Neil, we do have a lead. We were talking to Coalanth. Have you heard anything about Blackhurst?
What?
What was it called? Taylor?
Chelsea.
Blackhurst
Blackhurst.
Asylum.
Blackhurst
Yeah.
Asylum.
Can you make a roll for me?
Yeah.
Chelsea, can you roll intelligence?
Intelligence, wit, and reason.
That'll be a 2. I want from you.
Wit, reason, 96.
Should I roll it too?
I got 3.
He seems like he considers for a second, but he looks like he does recognize the name straight away. Blackhurst Asylum. I think I'm familiar with it. It was a location of interest early in the Cold War. Why?
Well, Coalanth was telling us that for some reason Better Angels don't want anyone to go there, so figured it might give us a lead on how to stop them, or at least something to blackmail them with, maybe?
That's so. Well, we can put out feelers. It's from what I remember, it was meant to be in Yugoslavia, so it'll be on the other side of the curtain.
Feelers?
Siberia. Sorry.
We're going on the other side of the curtain anyway for the new base, right?
Well, it's a big curtain, is what I mean. We'll have to find out where.
So you said it was used early 60s, late 50s. What for?
I'm just gonna ignore the feelers part.
It's a metaphor. I don't actually have feelers, you understand?
I know, it's a gross metaphor though.
You can feel things?
No, feelers just like is a common word for like looking for information. I use it all the time at work, like putting out feelers.
I know what it's for. I know it's. I wouldn't say it's common, but I've heard it before, and it's creepy.
I've heard it with
I'm sorry, I
more
heard you.
increasing frequency recently, and it makes me uncomfortable.
What? What is
sorry.
this sudden? Are we now getting? What is happening?
It sounds like a fucking pervert thing, you know?
What? No, it's like putting out, like seeing out. Okay.
I'll put out my fingers. Okay.
It's not putting out my
That's worse.
penis. It's putting out feelers.
Anyway,
Whoa, Chelsea!
Anyway.
It's a work
Whoa,
environment.
whoa.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Shut up.
This entire
I-
thing
I
was
asked
in
you.
character, I think.
No, it wasn't. You don't get to say that.
Dad, I asked you what Blackhurst was used for.
Oh, it was what it was used for. My apologies. Well, from what I understand, it was something of a. Are you familiar with MK Ultra on in America?
Oh,
Of course
Jesus
I am, but-
Christ.
That's
It's
it's
a
an
similar,
American experiment.
similar sort of super soldier program, from what I understand. Details I don't have anything on, but general shape of it that would be it, from what I understand.
Sort
There's
of
one
similar
thing that
to
doesn't
that.
add up well.
What's that
Why
now?
would they have? There's one thing that doesn't add up well.
Okay.
If this is anything like MK Ultra in Siberia, what use will they have for telekinetic dolphins?
It's not a one-to-one. It was just a point of comparison. Wait, telekinetic dolphin? What do you mean?
What, isn't that what MK Ultra was about?
No,
MK
MK Ultra.
No.
Ultra was
No,
about
I know out-
brainwashing.
I know
and-
out of character. This is Vasilii speaking.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know whether I've read the same documents you have, but
Okay, so the question.
My
is...
only
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
my only question is if they were using this for MK Ultra type shit, and the Better Angels are also using it for presumably something similar, then what was the deal with that underground lab back in the media conglomerate?
Well, we know the lab back there was for wounds. Maybe this one's for stands.
Is that possible? Inflicting a stand on somebody?
Well, you
Seems
could
kinda
jab them with
redundant.
a special arrow.
we do know there are means to induce the development of a stand, but whether it's that simple, I couldn't say.
Well, do we have a location on this Blackhurst?
Like I said, I'll have to put feelers out, and we're going to have to set up operations behind the Iron Curtain more safely to actually conduct an operation there, but there's a nice island that you found yourselves in. I was going to suggest we take temporary cover identities in the Soviet territories, but how'd you like living with monkeys? You want to live with some monkeys for a bit longer?
No.
I'll come meet the locals.
Would I like to live with monkeys? In a world where my son was safe, yes, but not until we deal with the Better Angels.
Let's get... Okay, well, I suppose I could tell Kay to hurry shit up.
Yeah. Well, I think while Kay's working on that, we should go to Blackhurst immediately. If you
We don't know where it is the issue.
Well, then we'll find it. Use your resources.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what he's
your
saying.
feeler.
Yeah. Put out the feelers.
Where do you want to be
start
while I'm doing that? It's not
around for that
instantaneous, you
information.
fuck.
I sidle up to Neil and I go, by the way, don't use that term around driver, putting out feelers. It's a sensitive topic.
Well, okay.
Use different language, alright? Let's try and be considerate. Thanks.
What the fuck are you doing?
I slink back over to driver, I give him a thumbs up. I say, don't worry. I've educated him.
Driver has no idea what you're talking about because that
Neil
conversation was
clearly
not in
thinks Driver
character, as
told
you
Chelsea
pointed
to
out.
do that. He's looking at Driver strangely.
Driver shrugs when you look at him, but he has no idea what Chelsea's talking about because, as we've clarified, that conversation wasn't in character.
Chelsea just knew. He seemed like that kind of guy. Alright, so what are we doing then? I got a little lost, admittedly. If we're not going there and the base isn't ready, what the fuck are we doing?
I think Tan's just saying we're doing a time skip.
Right, the lead into a short time skip.
How long of a time skip?
Like, I don't know, like a couple of weeks. Give me a break.
Alright, well I guess I'll have to...
Imagine if it's like the 2 year. Imagine if it's the 2 year One Piece time skip.
Yeah! I'm gonna
Well,
stay
the
with.
first time we had a time skip before the last mission, Tan almost said like fucking 3 years, and he
Yeah.
actually meant 6
That was an
months.
accident. That wasn't what I meant.
I'm gonna stay with the. I'll stay with the monkey. Sure. I'm gonna.
God, fucking imagine though if it was like, hey, there's an assassination of the president coming soon, and it's like 3 years later.
I'm gonna spend most of my time skip brooding and looking at pictures of me and my son and my late husband.
I think
those
Bats,
monkeys everywhere.
Bats is going to head back with Neil and assist on other missions now that he has his body back and he's not, regulated to the Clash.
Question: do we still have missions right now, or is all of Good Trouble on survive mode?
Well, there's like cleanup that needs doing to like.
Yeah,
Make it, like,
missions
effective.
involving pushing a bucket in a mop.
I will join Slugger in doing that as well. Then I assumed there weren't any missions or anything going on.
Okay, well, there's a few short missions basically just to like clean things up on the way out of the west here as they're sort of hiding and going into hiding there. You do find out, you guys, that after Washington, it seems that Masterson hasn't been seen. He didn't make it out. It seems.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Poindexter's best friend?
Yeah, his best, his brother.
No, wait, no,
Also,
that wasn't
Dan.
Poindexter's best friend. That was, what's that other guy, Darnell really liked? The one that's not a doctor?
Oh, Doc.
The one with the teddy bear, yeah. Doc Lamar. or
Dr.
something.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah.
Masterson has a lot of best friends. He's well liked.
Tan, what do we do with Scraggly? I feel like he disappeared mid
Oh yeah.
session.
The time roaches real at that.
He's not in ball form anymore.
Now,
What do we do?
Now, come on, now, guys. I know that what you think is like, it's too much to be left alive, that sort of thing. But let me
Neil,
make
do
you.
whatever you want with him. I'd just give the ball to Neil.
I'm not in ball form. It was just said.
I hand over
Whatever
the
you're holding,
human-
it's not me.
I
Now,
give
Neil, this
over
guy was
his
part of-
head. I'm holding him by his head, and I hand him over to Neil. Do whatever you want with him.
accepts his head.
Hold on, guys. Look, we all agree that there's fucked shit going on. I think he could help us.
Exactly. Listen to the broad.
If he wants to help us, he could set up a meeting between
I mean,
us guys.
I already agree with this. I think this guy is funny and cool to have around.
What were you saying,
You know what?
Slugger?
I said if he wants to help us, he could help set up a meeting between those government dogs that attacked us. But so far that hasn't happened, and I don't think Genius over here is really capable of that.
Hey, you don't know Simon Scraggly. You haven't yet known the depths of what I'm capable of.
You said you don't even know their real names.
Who is this? Me?
Your friends that attacked us. Remember
I
back
know
in
the
Washington?
names. Of course I know their names.
Can you get me in contact with the sword chick?
What?
That's
What?
Neil. Do you think it's safe for us to set up a meeting? That it might be helpful if we don't have the government on our backs.
Well,
That's the simple question, buddy.
Sure, I guess.
All right, he's good. He's good, guys.
So you.
Yeah, I'll put in a good word for you. I'll set up some meetings and we can clear all this bad. It's like opening the window after you let out a fart. You know what I mean?
Set him up how? You don't have any contact.
But you're gonna put me back in the U.S. and I'm gonna go to my guys and be like, you'll never guess what just fucking happened to me.
And I look to Neil. Are we doing that? We're letting him go?
Well, I guess we could.
Is it
Well, if we held him hostage or killed him, that would probably
yes,
cause
that's
trouble with
worse.
the U.S. government.
Then
If
we're
we
at-
let him
then it
go-
becomes actual treason.
we have
at
to
that
treat
point.
feds like catch and release fish.
Exactly. I didn't know you liked fishing, Chelsea.
I actually really like fishing. Thinks back to slamming the fish against the wall.
Fine. We'll get him back to the mainland. And
Remember when Vasilii turned that one guy into a fish? That was horrific.
Yeah, that's the
And
guy
then
slammed
Chelsea-
against the wall.
Chelsea killed him.
That sounds like it was his own fault.
Why do you think Chelsea knew that whole speech about invasive species of fish? She fishes all the time. It's awesome.
Well,
Chelsea's got that "Women Want Me, Fish Fear Me" hat.
Exactly.
I'll arrange things so that you can have this meeting. You said you were going to go to the black house, whatever.
We can set
Yeah,
up
sure.
a date so you can stop by on your way back. It'll be a fucking rowdy day.
What's this guy's name again?
Simon Scraggly.
Alright, Simon, get the fuck out of here.
We're on an island. I have to wait for you guys to like.
Can't you
get the boat
turn into
ready.
flies? Go.
Oh yeah.
Did you forget what your stand does? I ask as he leaves.
Of course not. It was all part of my plan.
You think he could fly over the whole ocean like that?
Yeah, why not? Well, he's in fly form. He can probably just eat whatever, like seagull shit, and he'll be good.
If he's turned into flies, he'll probably be eaten by seagulls.
He'll just turn. Anytime he runs into a
We
seagull,
hear him dying.
anytime he turns into a seagull, he goes back to human form, and then when the seagull's gone, he turns back away. It's a pattern.
In the distance, we hear him fucking dying.
So, with that in hand, I suppose it's time we begin doing that cleanup I'd said. It's going to take so many weeks. I just can't imagine what it'll be like once we're through it. Fades to black. So after a long few weeks, we've managed to get out of the US. Everything's been sort of nailed down, and we're no longer in immediate danger.
Should we
of being
change the
killed.
music to signify the change in time?
Absolutely, we can.
He was already one step ahead of me.
So, I'm glad you all came to meet me here. And as he says that, we zoom out from him, revealing we're in like an abandoned train station, somewhere snowy. It seems we're in maybe Russia. How have you all bundled up for the cold, everyone?
Real quick, who are we meeting right now?
Neil's talking to you.
I'm wearing one of those like long coats with furs, and I got a funny Russian hat on, like the big.
Neil is also got
I was
a fake
literally
mustache.
also about to say the Ushanka.
I think we were all thinking we were gonna.
We
be
should
wearing
all
those
be in the
junk
exact
hats.
same outfit. Like Tan's expecting us to describe
Yeah.
our bleach strip. We're just all.
We're
wearing the same
we're all dressed like fucking gopniks.
thing. Yeah.
I would like to
I
say, but
love
you know, my bear.
Ushankas so much, you guys.
I would like
I'm
to
doing the
claim
Slav
that
squat and
Vasilei's
smoking a
bear
cigarette.
fur is Polar
Same,
bear.
except I'm smoking a blunt.
We're awesome. It's just like cooped up in the corner.
I've got like a bottle of straight vodka in the other hand.
Fuck yes.
There's no way this was a look in the 70s.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. It's anachronistic.
I'm looking it up.
The Ushanka existed in the 70s. Maybe it wasn't fashionable, but it's existed since like World War II, I think.
Gopnik culture started in the 1980s, apparently.
It's because of
So
us.
yeah, we started it.
Yeah, so as we're doing this, some Russian people walk by and they're like, "Hold up, let him cook." All right, so Neil, please continue.
Well, I'm glad you all made it. I hope the directions you individually got weren't too troublesome.
Nope.
Okay. So yes, the headquarters should be here any moment. Kay's been very busy with it. She's worked in record time. And as you look around, you can't see anything here that would be arriving until you hear the sound of a train approaching.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a burrowing device. Oh fuck yeah, trains.
And at blinding speed, you see a massive steel hulk of a train blast into the station and immediately stop on a dime.
Oh god. Is that the thing? The new base?
Someone just flies out the fucking window as it stops.
This is it. This is it's a self-transporting HQ moving between 16 locations throughout the Soviet territories. And I think Kay gave you one of the prototypes of this, the car, if you remember.
Isn't it dangerous to be on tracks? I mean, our enemies might be able to learn our movements if they ever find this place.
Oh, we have ways around that.
He mentions the car and I go wide-eyed. No, you wouldn't.
This is the latest stage in the Demiurge project.
No.
I felt bad we killed them off before.
The mobile, good trouble, autonomous headquarters. Antichrist.
Wait, this is Antichrist?
Hello, everyone. I am Antichrist.
Can we call it
Please.
something else?
Please don't hesitate. Come inside of me.
Can we call it Anti for short?
You can try.
What's up, Anti?
It's like we're family.
I
feel hostility in that voice.
I mean, it is the Antichrist.
Please enter.
I'll step inside. Yeah, what's it look like on
The
the
door is
inside?
open. It's actually very plush in here. It seems like there's several carriages. Basically, the one you enter is sort of like a lounge. There seems like you can see like if you look through the tunnel of the compartments here through the window, you can see like a gym further back. You can see like some compact bedrooms, and all the way at the back some kind of laboratory.
So, Neil, what's the cover story for this train? I mean, it's a pretty big vehicle.
Oh, the cover story? Ghosts.
What?
We're on a ghost train.
It's a ghost train.
No, Neil, that's not gonna work.
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
What do you mean? It'll be fine.
Don't worry about
Have you
it.
ever managed a ghost train before, driver?
Yes?
Oh, fuck you. No, you haven't. Fuck you.
And it flashes
Driver
back
was
like
a great
fam-
asset to us on the ghost train case.
It flashes back like fucking Family
Please
Guy
read the ghost
style.
train light novel.
Flashes back Family Guy style to like a driver managing a ghost train.
Oh, fuck off.
It's part of his backstory now. You can't change it.
Not everything can be something driver's done before. It can't.
Well, this is a vehicle. He probably did drive.
Yeah,
a ghost train.
exactly.
That's
Driver,
like
did you
saying
ever
a
hunt
fucking hydroplane is
Dodo?
a vehicle.
A what?
A hydroplane, like those planes that also go in water.
We suddenly
What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Now
we
get in the
flash
ghost
back-
train.
we flash back to driver piloting a hydroplane.
When he's like 4 years old. Start him young.
But this, of course, isn't all we have. We've also got a lead on Blackhurst. If you'll follow me to the briefing room, everyone.
All right, I did follow along.
No elevators, Neil?
It's a train, so no.
Jesus
elevators?
Christ.
What are we, animals?
He goes to the
Hey,
next compartment. So
Speaking of animals,
Has
where do you
anyone-
keep the line?
Has anyone ever created a sideways elevator?
yeah, it's called an escalator. No, not an escalator.
No,
the other thing.
not. Nice try, though.
I know, that, like in airports, you know what I mean? Those things.
Yeah, the sliding, like...
The
walk
fucking
ladders.
Mario Kart speed boosts they have, yeah.
But yeah, he seems very proud. Like, so you expect him maybe like a new and improved briefing room, but he goes to the next compartment in front, and you see an exact replica of the previous briefing room from the base. Even the projectors at the same angle,
Just more-
fantastic.
Just more narrow and cramped.
Yeah. You notice actually that even though it's more narrow and cramped, the walls are painted in such a way that it's like an optical illusion. It looks like the same size as before.
That's gonna give someone a migraine.
That's the purpose. It's defense.
All right, fair enough.
But
So what's
we
in-
have
Sorry, go ahead.
we've managed to track down a lead as to Blackhurst's location.
Alright, so what do you got?
So as I mentioned last time we spoke, it was used early during the Cold War's sort of super soldier program before it was shut down. We've managed to find the man who was in charge of that super soldier program. If anyone knows where it is, it's going to be him.
Who is this man?
He was once a high up in the KGB, although most of his records been expunged from history. Right now, he's been known just as Boris. He's 92 years old, and he's currently in intensive care at the Moscow National Hospital.
We're breaking into a nursing home?
Well, it's more of it's a general hospital as well. It's Moscow Central Clinical Hospital.
Wait, how
Yeah.
old was he when he joined the KGB? If he's 90.
I don't know. He wasn't always in the KGB from birth, I imagine.
Still, though, that's a good point. Like, KGB wasn't that only relevant in World War II, so like 20 years ago?
No, it was relevant throughout the entire Cold War. Though it did dissolve at the end of the Soviet Union, if I remember right.
When
you talking
did
about, Driver?
KGB form? The KGB formed in 54, which means if he's 90, he joined it when he was 70. Assuming he
Well,
joined
he
when
was-
it first started.
He was probably a part of some high-ranking intelligence operations prior to the proper formation.
Yeah.
So your mission's simple: infiltrate Moscow Central Clinical Hospital, get to his room, and get this information from him using whatever means you can employ.
Now, wait just a second, because this is how all of these missions start. You give us a simple target, simple base, whatever, infiltration, extraction, what have you. We get there and there's fucking stand users.
Oh yeah, there's
Does he
going to be
have a
stand
stand?
users. He himself,
Alright, well, how about
we
we
have
kill
no
him?
evidence that he is himself is a stand user. But we do know that members of the KGB are keeping him under guard, and that we know they have stand users among their ranks. So I would
That's
expect
what I would
to
like to
encounter
know,
some.
Neil. At the hospital, though? Well, what are they watching him for?
For people like us, I assume.
I guess that's a good point.
So before the KGB, the predecessor was the NKGB.
Oh, I see you're looking through the files there, Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea, what's the mission?
Sorry, I was looking up what was before the KGB. I'm sorry. Could you repeat one more time?
Repeat the mission?
I'm sorry. I got curious. I'm sorry. That was a bad thing. I should have done that.
We're extracting for us.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying like as long as you can extract the information. I'm not. I don't want to I don't want to be ageist, but the chances of safely extracting a 92-year-old man from a hospital while he's under guard, I don't think bones can take that usually. But you can certainly try if it comes to that.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because we can turn him into a ball, and then he'll be fine.
Oh yeah. How does it work with old people, your balls? I mean, turning them into balls.
They get saggy with age.
Yeah, you got it. You're on it.
Would you know from experience, Chelsea?
Oh, fuck off. Now you made it gross.
They might get a little bit more leathery, but it shouldn't really. I mean, unless this guy, has a pretty weak constitution, how you say, it should be fine.
Yeah.
It could give him a heart attack. I don't know.
It's an intense. His constitution's as
Right.
low as it gets.
Well, I mean, he might fucking die if we turn him into a ball. I don't know.
Wow, I can't believe you haven't used your power on people in hospice before.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did try to turn, well, at least from what I remember, we tried to turn my body into a ball when I was connected to a ID. It didn't really work out that well.
I do like the idea if it did work of someone's dying, like they have a mortal wound, but you turn them into a ball to preserve them for info. They just have to live as a ball. We could do that to him.
Like fucking Mr. Freeze.
We could do that and withhold him from death until he gives us everything.
I need to find a cure so I can turn my
Right,
wife
but
back
the
on
only
ball.
problem with that is once you turn him outside of a ball again, he's going to either need to be hooked up to his machines immediately, or he'll just die from the shock.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We keep him as a ball, and then if he dies after we get everything we need from him, who cares?
That's right. If he dies, he dies. I'm sure this bastard's done some terrible stuff before.
For sure.
Oh, certainly.
He's actually opened several orphanages, started a charity.
Well, he did open orphanages, but they're not the kind of orphanages that you want to open.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
I don't.
Human
Don't worry
trafficking, Chelsea.
Oh, that's sick. That's fucked up. That's freaked out. Let's get this guy.
Now we need to kill him.
Yeah, we'll kill him after we put him in the ball and question him.
So if it comes to integration in the hospital, just know the only piece of information we need from this guy was Blackhurst.
Okay.
Right. Well, I got some questions. You said this is just a regular ass general hospital, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do we know what
there will be
rooms he's
civilians
kept
on
in?
site. We believe he's on the top floor.
Top
As for
floor.
specific rooms, and we believe they've cleared out the top floor entirely to sort of hide a specific location. So consider that top floor enemy territory.
What's the visitation policy here?
The people who are visiting this man, they are cleared well in advance. It's going to be very difficult to fake a visit.
Here's what we do. We take a while. We observe how things move at the hospital between his security and whatnot. We find a time when we can get some guards alone, knock them out, take their shit, and then wait for the scheduled guard shift where we're the ones by him, and then he doesn't really have an escape. Can't really call for help in his position.
I thought about that, but I mean, the whole taking somebody's clothes thing, I mean, at a hospital that's pretty small scale, they'd probably figure out that we're not supposed to be there pretty quickly.
Not part of hospital staff. I mean, a part of his security staff. Because they probably have, face masks and helmets on and shit.
That's possible. I was thinking more that one of us injures ourselves and we get admitted to the hospital. That way we all have an excuse to be there.
Okay, but it's not going to be me.
It shan't be
Yep.
me.
Neil, any
Oh, let's hurt Poindexter. I can break his arm right now.
What?
Poindexter just lost a brother, didn't he?
Did he?
I
Did
don't
he?
know. Did Tan say that?
Well, they were. They're not blood brothers, but they're very close.
Who, Armstrong?
Who did he lose?
Masterson?
Wait, Masterson's dead?
No,
He's
just
missing.
Oh,
Listen,
he's missing. Okay,
Poindexter, you
yeah.
could be a hero.
He's not in
He's
the
already
room.
a hero.
Yeah, I go fetch him.
He's sleeping. What's going on now?
Poindexter.
Poindexter, we're gonna hurt you.
Oh, so the time's come, huh?
We're thinking about giving you an injury, so you get admitted to a hospital. We can go visit you, and then once we're in, then we just have to get to the guy in his room. Look, I'll make it quick. I'll just break your arm real fast.
Okay. I trust you guys, because we're all comrades.
I'm gonna fucking brutal.
Not a smart
I'm
idea.
gonna snap his arm like a twig. His left arm, I'm nice. I won't do his primary hand.
He's left-handed.
How do you know it's
actually.
not his primary hand that's left?
Poindexter, are you
Ambidextrous!
Poindexter, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm ambidextrous, why?
Okay, so it doesn't matter which one I break. I break the left one.
Break both.
As he's screaming in pain on the floor, Bats is gonna come over with his bat and break the other arm.
Oh,
Why?
good thinking. That'll give us more time at the hospital if we have to keep visiting to get patterns.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Neil, does this guy have some Russian identity that you could set him up with? I mean,
we
we
can
all
get
will all
some together. My apologies, Poindexter. This will be covered on the bonus. Oh, thank goodness. With that, we fade to black as we cut vacuum style to Poindexter in the hospital bed.
I don't know why, but in my brain, for his like fake Russian identity, the name Nikolai keeps popping up.
Yeah, he's Nikolai Dexter.
Perfect. No notes on the last name.
And we cut as he's being taken to his hospital room, and the nurse is sort of like, "Are you like accompanying him to the hospital room here?" Is the
Yeah,
idea, or?
we'll like pose as his friends and family so that we can easily visit in the future.
No, they'll never buy that.
Why?
So
They think they'll never believe this guy has friends.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
So as the nurse is leading you to the hospital room for this, he goes, "Oh, you must be very lucky to have such a friend. Everyone that adores Nikolai."
yeah, we were hoping we'll be able to come see him as he's staying here.
Well, that's what visitation's for, of course.
Thanks.
Sorry, sir, ma'am? What did you say your name was?
My name is what's a Russian name that's not Ivanka? Like a Russian lady name.
You're asking me?
No, fuck you. All right, I'll Google it. Russian lady name.
It seems this one's having trouble thinking of her name.
My
Can I
name's
ask the rest of your name?
Svetlana. Fuck you.
Svetlana. What's your surname?
That's what I looked up. Are you fucking kidding me? Russian last names. You're not gonna make anyone else do this, Tan. Fuck you. My name is Svetlana Petrov.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have your full name? That's what I fucking thought. Can I have your full name?
I'm afraid it's against hospital policy.
Why?
Yep.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
Yep,
What's your
there
full-
we
You do
go.
know who stays at these hospitals, right?
Listen, Tanhoney, you're not getting out of this.
That's not my name.
Tanhoney, you don't get to do that to me. And you're the DM. Go ahead, give me a full Russian name right now.
What are you talking about? The DM?
Fuck
um,
you. You're a coward.
Do you? She's looking at the rest of you. Is your friend perhaps from
Fuck
the
you, Tan.
mental health ward?
Fuck you.
Oh, they're only Belarusian.
Oh, I see. Poor thing. Anyway, yes. He's right through here, Nikolai. We've left him some fruit. So if he starts to need anything, please don't hesitate to call us. It's lovely to see that he has so many good friends willing to see him. If you need
Keeping
anything,
him on the
of course, call me. Oh, sorry. What was that, sir?
I said you're keeping this guy on the first floor?
Of course. It's is that a problem?
No, I'm just curious. Every hospital I've been to, I've usually had to take an elevator. Just an observation.
Okay.
Okay.
He just made a comment. You didn't have to make it all awkward, lady.
I've got things I need to rounds I need to get back to. So, if you like I said, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to press that little bell, and we will be right with you. Hit that bell.
What's the full name of your manager that I'd like to speak to?
That's against hospital policy as well, I'm afraid.
Oh, really? It's against my policy to speak to your manager? Maybe I should just let
It
someone
is.
else know that.
It is. Ma'am, you're actually getting quite tense with me now. Please, could you calm down and restrain yourself?
Tan, I hate you.
That's not my name. And she leaves.
Oh, she's gone? Tan, I hate you.
All right,
Whoa.
Svetlana, let's move.
I hate you a lot.
Poindexter, you see him like looking up, outside his hospital room. You can see him looking up for his bed, like dread, and his expression as he sees you two standing outside through the window.
Nikolai, how you doing, buddy? And I take a seat right on the bed right next to him.
I thought you say on his broken arm.
Yeah.
Right on his broken
Ooh,
arm.
cushy.
Almost Tom and Jerry-esque scream emerges from his throat.
You being a good sick boy for us?
I
Does he
am
have, like,
now.
Does he have like a full fucking body cast?
He does. If you look, some nice people have written their phone numbers on the arm. I don't know why.
Fuck off. Tan's just making shit up this session.
Well, yeah, that's my fucking job, the DM.
No one's giving Poindexter.
This didn't
the
happen
number.
in real life.
This is not canon to Poindexter.
It is. Everyone loves Poindexter except you.
Fuck off.
This is gaslighting, I think.
It's the
Yeah.
world. This is true.
That's all I ever get is gaslighted in this by Tan. Alright, Anyway, Nikolai, we're not here for you. We're gonna wait
Now,
five...
why is this guy sitting on my arm?
We're gonna wait like 5 minutes, as we usually do, for them to clear out, and then we're gonna go look for the old man again. Do you need anything before we go?
Can you bring that apple over from the bowl? I'm so hungry.
I take the apple and I roll it under his bed.
He looks at you.
Again, Vasili's just standing
Why did you
there
do that?
letting this happen.
I did that because you don't deserve an apple.
You will regret your words and deeds.
Hey, listen, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and that's the last thing you need.
Fine. Say what you will.
Speaking of, and I lean in, you get any information on the makeup of this place? See anything weird? Or what? They just keep...
Well, I think all the nurses look pretty even without makeup, but...
This guy's fucking useless.
Yeah, let's just go find the old man.
I've been in this hospital for 2 fucking weeks, okay?
Yeah, and you don't know shit.
And
I
you
mean,
don't even have a map of the place? God, if I was in here, I would have gotten everything.
Okay. You know what?
Say-
Watch this. Okay, you know what?
When we give peer
You know what,
reviews-
wise guy? Watch this shit. And he flips over, and you see on the back of his cast, there is a map.
Why didn't you start with that?
Why didn't you open with that?
Yeah.
They're painful, okay?
Wow, so you care more about your own pain than the mission. Okay, I'm gonna have to put
How
this
the
in
hell
a peer review to Neil.
Wait a second. How did you draw this?
Do you want to see?
Yeah,
Not really.
I do.
Give me that. You see that ballpoint pen?
Yeah.
Put it in my mouth.
Okay, Zorro, I put it in.
And you leaned over on your back and drew it on your
He
back?
shakes his head. You haven't
His
seen
stand.
shit yet.
His
He-
stand.
No. As you put the pen in his mouth, he slurps up like spaghetti, begins chewing, and spits ink up into the air where it sails and falls back onto his back.
Really?
For the sake of the mission. Pixel by pixel.
How many pens has he gone through?
How
Enough.
many breads have you
Pan
eaten in
is
your life?
desperately trying to redeem Poindexter.
I don't
to us.
understand why. Normally you do that when a character becomes beloved, not when he's hated.
3 dozen shoot up pens in the corner.
Yeah.
It's kept me in this hospital much longer than I wasn't in a full body cast before I got here, you understand? It was just my arms.
All right. So you got a map. That must mean that you've walked around this place. That's good.
Oh, I asked the pretty nurse where everything was.
Okay. You see anybody weird? Any possible stand users? I mean, this... Dexter,
Well-
you got one of the most useful stands that we have access to. The whole PA system thing, it's great, but quite frankly, you are not going to be doing shit here.
So I've noticed that even though there's quite, from what the missions stated, there were quite a few guards upstairs. I can only sense 2 mouths outside of Boris's up there. So
You can sense mouths now?
well, yeah, that's my ability. I can speak through them and sense them.
That is his ability, yeah.
I knew he could speak through them, but sensing them is new. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Needs to let me dog out of the room. Hello, I'm back.
All right, 2 guards. Easy shit then.
But these, like I said, I've seen more guards, but I can only sense 2, so I don't know what that means. But it sounds like there's some trickery afoot, as the hobbits would say.
As they would. So you think we could access this top floor from an elevator, staircase?
Yes, there is an elevator. The top floor is on their floor 11, I believe. Unfortunately, it does need a key. But fortunately for you, flip me over again.
On your other side?
Yeah, back onto my...
Why did you start this off by saying you didn't achieve anything?
Because I wanted to build suspense. Come on.
I flip him over.
Take one of the feathers out of my pillow.
Oh, okay.
Tickle my nose.
I do so.
He sneezes up a pair of keys.
A pair?
Yeah, one from each nostril.
Okay. So which one's for what?
The first one is for fuck my nose. The first one is for the elevator, and the second one is for the ward itself. There's a second door that takes you into the place where he's staying.
Okay, well I noticed that this place had windows. Can't we just scale it from the outside?
You mean I didn't have to stick those keys up my nose with my tongue?
Well, I'm just saying. There are windows on the top floor, correct?
Yes, I believe the curtains are pulled, so it'll be difficult to tell which room he's staying in, but there are windows. You're correct.
Okay, all right, then I look to the team. I'll use my balls outside to find a way up there, and we could break in from the top. If you guys want to take it from the inside, I think that might be the safest way to do this.
Sure.
Did everybody die? Where is everyone?
Sorry, I zoned out for a quick second. So basically, you want us to go
Where's-
above while you scout below?
No, I'm going to go through the windows on the top floor.
Okay, and then we're gonna stay and scout the lower floor.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to come with me. Is
I'll
Stigma still
I'll
alive?
go with you.
He is slain.
Please don't make me partner up with Regent again. I beg you. I can go with you, Bats.
It seems like you guys have some development to make up for. Come on, that whole pitch black thing, that was about, like, what? Almost a year ago. You guys will be fine.
How long ago was Pitch Black?
That was a
basically
while
about
ago, yeah.
Like 8 months, 9 months.
All right.
But surely it wasn't that much, surely.
Well,
Oh,
in
no.
game time, because we've had 6
Oh.
months of
Oh,
since
yeah,
Washington.
So, all right, let's do it then. Let's do some snooping. Actually, why doesn't Vasilii just turn into a rat and check like the registers or whatever they're called at the front desk? Not registers like you know what I mean, where it like keeps track of who's where.
Well, he could if we're going that route, he could probably turn himself into a rat to go through events, right?
Yeah, that too.
I think
Everyone
that's
says, Regent, why don't you turn yourself into a rat again? No one asks, Regent, do you want to turn yourself into a rat again?
Regent, would you mind turning yourself into a rat?
I've been a rat and an ape and a fish.
If you turned Poindexter into a rat, would his 2 front paws be broken? How does that work? Or would it heal him?
Don't test it.
Don't think too hard about it.
Well, I'm just saying that might be a great healing technique if it works like that. If it like resets.
If he,
That's
Well,
actually
seeing
what
a-
they do in Animorphs, you know?
Yeah, that's why I was
seeing
thinking
as
that.
how my ability, devolves people, I imagine that, yes, until they revert, they should be healed.
I'd say so, yeah. I'll say, just because it's not just Crazy Diamond, they'll be healed while they're in devolved form, but once it snaps back, the injury will
So, like,
return.
if we truly need point DX, you can give him the orangutan arms.
If you need his arms specifically,
How's
yeah.
that going to work with the game system, though?
That's a good point.
You know what? Never mind. Actually, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The time roaches took out my tongue for that.
All right, so, yeah, let's. Are we just gonna have you go in rat form, or are we all splitting up as we planned originally?
I think rat form might be a good way to scout with ball form trailing behind as backup.
Yeah.
A rat and a ball to explore the vents and see what happens.
The rats and ball through the vents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, for the same vents or like different routes?
I think we would probably keep around the same since we don't like have a way of finding each other. Like,
Couldn't we just, keep our stands out? The ball with, the clash behind it, the rat with
yeah, that's what I'm
straight
saying.
into you behind them.
Well, yeah. So, are the rest of you just sort of hanging tight for the time being? Then, as this happens?
just pretending we're visiting. That way, like if anyone comes by, they still see us in the room talking to him, so they don't get
Okay.
us.
So, as the as you begin your journey through the vents, and it's dark in here, you can see sort of the sounds of the entire hospital sort of reverberating through the metal here. It's perhaps a little bit disorientating, especially for your primitive sort of senses, Vasilii. But you do manage to make your way through the hospital, through in a maze, this little labyrinth inside the vents, and slowly ascending and ascending until you reach what surely must be 11th floor. Immediately, you can tell a difference, because the rest of the hospital, like I said, you can feel the sounds of it everywhere, people talking, the medical equipment, all that. Here, it's almost complete silence, apart from the distant sort of beep of some kind of life support, maybe, and the marching boots, basically, of people moving through this floor in formation.
Track floor. It really would be nice if there's some way to communicate with the others that this is in fact our destination, not a trick.
Well, can't we? We're staying on the same floor as them.
Well, Vasilii actually is becoming the rat, so he isn't there.
Oh, right. Vasilii isn't, but he could talk to me and I could communicate it to everybody. He could still speak in rat form, right? Or no?
I don't think he can speak in rat form.
I think he can squeak in rat form.
He can squeak in rat form.
It's
I'd be worried if he
I
couldn't.
don't think he can talk as an animal.
Okay.
Does the Clash know sign language?
The rat
no,
knows sign language.
He could understand if you're like pointing to something because you could probably flex your tail or like.
I think fade into you will try and gesticulate that this is their target. It's over here.
Okay. So I take a look. What is this layout, Tan, that we're seeing?
So if you look below you, it's sort of like you can see it's basically sort of like a symmetrical free is the best way to describe it. Basically, it's a hallway with like mini hallways sort of stretching off like 3 sides each.
Gotcha.
And you can see that even though 2 guards specifically have been mentioned, you can see like a large group of guards like outside of each door here, basically. You don't know which one is the actual hospital room. And these guards, like in full military garb of some kind, like KGB uniforms, wearing black gloves, wearing black balaclavas with goggles over them. You can't see like an inch of skin. And they're completely stock still, like holding their rifles ready. Like toy soldiers, basically.
Is there any indicator which door has Boris?
No external indicator you can see.
Okay. In this case, I'm going to run the ball back as far as possible and use the momentum to kind of like barrel through the vent door, and so Vasilii can squeak around like on the main floor. Because having a ball there would be a little bit too obvious, but I don't think a rat can delatch or descrew that door.
Okay, so you're not like going out into the hallway yourself, you're sort of like smashing it open for Vasilii.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So the instant you slam into that vent and it sort of flies off and and sort of falls to the ground the hallway. You see every one of those soldiers' heads like snap in the direction of the vent, stir it for a moment, and then once nothing immediately comes through, snap back to their previous positions.
I'm communicating my visuals to the team in the hospital room at the same time, by the way.
You're describing it in prose.
Yeah, he's like... So anyways, Vasilii can probably squeak around and get inside one of those hallways, possibly. I mean, if they reacted to the vent door, it might not be a good idea, but I don't think they wouldn't kill a rat, would they?
I mean, what if the rat has a tiny bomb inside it?
They
That's
wouldn't
true.
kill a rat, a disease-carrying animal in a hospital.
That's a good point. Maybe I'm gonna since the ball has like the flight ability, or at least like can manipulate itself a bit easier to get from the vent to the floor. I'm going to drop down and try to roll myself along the sides and see if they react in any way. And if not, I'm going to attempt to get out of there and go back up the vent.
Immediately they react. So you're sort of like rolling out, is that right, from what I understand?
Yeah, I'm rolling out of the vent. Like, do they react before I drop to the floor, or
Before you drop to the floor, the moment like you're on the floor, their heads snap towards you, their arms snap towards you, their rifles pointing at you, and they open fire as one.
okay? Can I roll to see if I can bounce back up to the vent?
Hold on, who's attacking him? The guards?
Yeah, they're all shooting at him.
It seems like they whatever, like they have like hyper reactivity, and they all operate on like the same like wavelength.
Oh, they're probably a stand of some kind.
Yeah, they're definitely a stand.
Shit.
Yeah, so they're going to be doing a this is going to like turn to combat basically.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go back up to the vent and escape.
Okay, so we'll begin with your turn here then. So you're going to go for a race, basically, just try and get away.
Yep.
Okay, that's a pluck and speed from yourself against the power
Okay.
and precision.
All right, this should be fine. Why did I roll twice?
I don't know. I'll be going with the first one anyway.
I just did that.
So yeah, you managed to like roll out the path of the bullets. You can see the bullets like slamming into like the little opening of the vent after you roll inside, but you managed to escape from like their sight there. Meanwhile, from down in the hospital room, before Bats mentions this to you, you kind of hear the distant sounds of gunfire, you guys.
Oh, shit.
And you do hear some screaming from elsewhere in the hospital as other people hear it.
I would like to try and get to the morgue as quickly as I can.
Okay. Using the map from Poindexter's back, you do manage to, like, it's fairly close, like in the basement, basically. And you manage to, so you're just going to go straight there?
I'm going to go straight there, and I'm going to use my ability, the one I took an evolution for. I forgot what I named it. I thought I wrote it in here. Oh yeah, skeletons on parade, and I want to bring all the corpses to life as like zombies.
Okay, so as you run down the stairs and jump into the morgue, you can see there's the two like morgue, like the two coroners there, and they're the sort that always like make witty comments about the corpses. Like this guy's been scalped. Is like, so what do you think? Well, I think we should be looking at the barber here.
I got you. I knocked them both out with the flat end of the shot.
And seizing control of the corpses with your stand, you see them all rise up. Some of them like punch their way out the morgue, like cabinets.
How many of them do I got?
Like 6, I would say.
6 cadavers? Okay.
Yeah.
So
In various stages of like conditions.
I'm gonna meet back up with the crew, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna station the cadavers at the entrances, make sure that no one interferes, so that our routes are secured. I think we should move in and go assist Regent, with those guards.
Wait, I thought
I thought,
I was still in rat form in the vent.
yeah, but
Yes,
didn't Slugger communicate this all to us?
Yeah, we did basically. What is happening right now is we are both retreating
Oh my bad. I'm
from the
sorry.
vent back to the main thing. What I'm thinking of doing is using bats to go up to. Tan, did we see any windows on that floor?
Yes. Well, you don't see any from the hallway from where you could see, but you do know they exist, and there's like curtains, so you can't really see what's
Okay.
inside from outside.
Yeah, all right. I'm thinking of. So you think those windows would lead to the symmetrical 3 hallway, right?
You wouldn't think so because you couldn't see them from that hallway.
Okay, but they are on the top floor, correct?
Yes.
All right. Bats is in the heat of the moment. Is it my turn or is it not a combat?
We've sort of exited combat immediately there, so because you escaped.
All right, so we're still in combat.
No, you're out of combat now.
All right, never
Escaped.
mind.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm just like dumb, but what are we doing right now?
Well, my plan is to go up to the window, and I'm gonna try to get clear shots so I could like ricochet the balls off the weird architecture of that hallway and try to like knock out a ton of guards at once with a bunch of balls. But
That sounds like a good plan.
I mean, you guys can also assist with this. I mean, there's a ton of. How many did you say were up there? Like a dozen?
There's like 6 guys up there.
Okay, so I've got the cadavers guarding Engine's hospital. Maybe you can go in from above with the balls, and Driver and I can come from on low, and then we can sort of pincer them.
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha.
Actually, I wonder if Vasilii could try to do a thing where he stays in rat form, but while it seems like we're distracted, he's gonna try and do the one-shot incapacitation by just trying to devolve into fish before they notice it's a rat doing it.
I mean, you could. But if they're a stand, they can probably tell what you're up to.
Surely they wouldn't have 6 stands just guarding one guy.
Well, unless it's like a swarm type stand.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe it's like a bigger version of Bad Company, but it's less guys.
I mean, Teng, would you say that any of these guards looked or acted kind of, particularly inhuman, like they were
Absolutely.
something artificial? Okay.
Their movements are exceedingly sus.
Yeah, they seem like the fucking guys from Fear.
Maybe he doesn't confront them well in the body of a small mammal that could be stepped on.
You know what you should turn into is a big fucking snake. When we're like down in there, once we like start fighting them, and then you can constrict these fuckers.
What do you think he's eaten snake recently?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. It's like what you used to be. We probably weren't a snake at any point. I just got used to thinking of you as Beast Boy, I think, in my head.
To be fair, that is mostly how he's used it.
Has he been green for a while now to you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Sorry. Vasilei's green.
Alright.
By the way, I learned, red-green color blindness. A lot of, like, green characters in cartoons people see as, like, totally normal characters. Like Muscle Man and shit. I didn't even realize.
Wait, so, like, the Hulk is just peach-colored?
It's the big guy.
Yeah. Well, I noticed it because people were talking about... Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Never mind. Back to the fight.
Okay, so your intention is to go from, I think you said, below some guys? And how are we doing it through the vent then? What's the game plan or in summary?
My plan is Driver and I kick down the door. Meanwhile, as soon as we engage, the other two come from the vent / on high from like above.
Okay. Well, feel free to do that.
Alright, let's do it. On the count of 3, you and me, Driver, will kick the door down.
Alright.
Alright, 1, 2, 3!
Your boot slams into the door, they fly open. And the instant those doors fly open, a hail of gunfire greets you.
Immediately,
As,
get behind the wall of the door, like my gun up in the pose.
I project like a fucking Green Lantern shield to protect us from the bullets.
Nice, nice.
The assault rifle fire pounds into your shield. It's still quite frightening, I imagine.
Can you move the shield forward and we like move behind it to get closer on
Yeah.
them? Hell yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
I
that.
can.
Yeah, we'll start moving in on him, Tan. Meanwhile, Slugger and Regent?
Yeah, so you can hear the gunfire reverberating through the vents here as they open fire on your two companions below. So how do you play this?
I think that I think Regent will, leap out of the vents in his rat form, but rapidly you see one of his, front paws, like bulge out. It's quite grotesque actually, and it's very disproportionate until the paw is like literally larger than his actual rat body, and it's just like a very large, hairy arm and a knuckle slamming into like the first guard that he comes into contact with.
Right. Okay. So I would say we're going to begin combat now.
Oh yeah. How should we do it? So how many guards are there, and are they all acting as one? Or
There are 6, but they're going to act in pairs.
okay, that makes sense. So you can do one of us, a pair, another one, that, and then the fourth pair will shift off, like for a second turn.
Yeah. But yeah, which of you guys wants to go first then?
It might make sense for me and Jack to
you
go
want-
slightly first.
I was gonna say, do you want me to go first so I could get in position for the window shit?
Sure, go for it.
Or okay.
Whatever you
Yeah, no, because that's I will spend the entire turn just getting outside of Nikolai's window and climbing up, using the clash to propel myself up to that top window that's curtained up and kind of just putting myself into position.
Right. Okay. So who's going second then?
Okay,
I
so
guess me and Chelsea.
Okay, driver. Vasilii, when do you want to go? Because
I imagine when it makes sense for him to go last is like he's waiting until after he hears the noise
Okay.
from them intervening.
how's that, Dan?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Bats, you're making your efforts like climbing from outside, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see like from the outside of the building, there's like 6 big windows here. Like each one seems to be matching one of the rooms that hallway stretches off into. So the curtains are pulled. So just from looking, there's like a 1 in 6 chance you're going to get into the room you want to be in, basically.
Okay. You said all of them are curtains?
Yeah, so you can't see anything from outside.
Okay. Can I press there's gunfire, right? Can't I just press my head against the windows and see where the sound is coming from?
Well, you can, but the gunfire come from the hallway. The hospital rooms are the ones that have the windows.
Right, okay. Alright, I'm just going to break in a random one.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
You got it.
So you smash through this window, the curtains fly open, and you land in an empty hospital room. So it's a nefarious track because there's even like a tape recorder in there that is playing a beep, beep.
Oh, okay. I got you. So is there a door in here that leads out to the hallway?
There is.
Okay, and the gunfire is still occurring, right?
Yeah, you can even see like lights from underneath the door.
Okay, perfect. So I'm still in position to attack next turn.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the hallway, as you two are advancing, Driver and Chelsea, the pair of soldiers immediately in front of you lower their guns and seem to be aiming instead for Driver's feet here as he's sort of marching forward, like in the gap between the shield and the floor.
I got you.
And they fire as one to basically try and get him in the PTs. How would you respond to such a maneuver?
I would respond by lowering the shield and hunkering down.
Okay,
He's
so
crouching in a video game.
I would say that's going to be a withstand or protect, depending on your preference. Then withstand is pluck and durability, protect is speed and durability.
Let me check.
Well, I guess you could say he is doing it with his stand. No.
slaps you ferociously.
Ow. You got this, buddy.
That's 3 from you. 2, 3, 4. So you slam the shield down, but a second, not quite fast enough, as you feel like a bullet slam into your front toes, Driver. It's exceedingly painful, of course.
Driver, you okay?
I'm fine.
You're in so much pain, I can see the blood squeezing out from your shoe.
Yeah, but his face is so stoic.
Yeah. I'm doing the mental, like, Driver, hang in there. Like an anime character.
He's holding up to the pain so the shield doesn't crack.
Alright, what you doing on your move, Jack?
After the hail of bullets ends, these two guys that shot at me are gonna see a very familiar faces appear before them and start firing back at them.
Oh, very nice. I would say that's going to be a strike, maybe? Yeah, it's pretty close range. So, yeah, strike, power and precision, I would say.
Oh, do I get an advantage?
Yeah, sure. And they're going to try, like, in very unnatural, sort of, like, almost contortionist ways. They're going to try and, like, dodge through this gunfire. You can see their limbs, like, moving at angles that would be impossible for a human being as they're doing this. You can hear strange, like, sprinkling noises. So they're going to be going for finesse here, speed and precision.
That's a 4 from me.
Okay, let's see what they get. Let's try again.
Holy shit, 4? Wait, no, 3 from them.
Yeah. So, at first, it's quite frightening that they almost managed to do it, but then the bullets slam through them and leave clean holes through the suit, and you can like see the whole way behind them through the holes, and yet there's no blood, and they're not falling right back onto the ground.
Are they hit though? Should we count? Is that like pair
yes.
1? Okay. 2. How? If they're one down, what was their max HP?
They've got 2 HP.
Okay, so 1 out of 2. All right, now it's pair 2, right?
Yeah. So pair 1 immediately drop down, and pair 2 like come up above them, and you see one of them reach back, pull out a grenade, flick off the pin, and throw it towards you.
Oh my god. Towards me?
Yes, towards you, Chelsea. I've decided.
Fuck. All right, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do something very risky, if you'll let me. I would like to. Do I have any bone on me aside from my bullets?
I would not. You've never mentioned grabbing some, so I'd say not.
Can I shoot over or through the shield?
Yeah, I can probably just manipulate it. Sure.
I'm gonna try and shoot the grenade and like turn the bone bullet in midair into like a thing to catch it and then throw it back at them.
Like a little like grappling hook to like pull it towards you so you can throw it.
Well, what I'm thinking is I shoot the bullet right, and I just shape it in a way where it'll like knock the grenade back towards.
All right, right. So it slams into it, like repels it.
Yes, but like just changing it into whichever shape helps direct it back to them.
Okay, I'd say that's an intercept with advantage then from you.
Okay. Yeah, let's do an intercept.
And they're going for an overkill.
Going for intercept is durability precision. And it's okay if it doesn't actually do damage to them since I'm not counterattacking. I just like the visual of that idea.
Yeah, no problem.
7d6, so that's 2 successes from me. 2 from them.
1, 2,
so I believe I don't take damage?
Yeah, so you don't take damage, but your intention was, of course, to shoot it back at them. The shape you picked wasn't quite suitable for that. You misjudged it in the heat of the moment. But the shape does sort of like encase the grenade and send it fall down the floor where it explodes, sort of like hitting no one, basically. Sort of muffled by your bone covering.
Sweet. And then it's my schmoo.
The smoke
right?
from the explosion, however, does sort of block out the middle of the hallway for a few moments, so right now the only ones who can directly see you and Driver are pair 1.
Okay, so pair 1's the ones we already hit, right? The ones who ducked low?
Yeah.
I'm going to try
Ones with the holes going through them.
with my turn and fire my bullet at them as well. And, like, spread it out in a way so it spears both people of the pair.
Okay, so you're going for both then?
Well, just because they're a unit anyway, and I thought thematically it's cooler if, like, assuming it succeeds, it takes them both down instead of shooting one guy and they both disappear.
Okay.
That's all. I don't care. I can make it one bullet if that's the same mechanically. Whatever is best.
I'd say that's an aura then, if you want to do that.
An aura. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do power and speed. So for me, that.
And as you're doing this, the pair are also like going to try and dodge and run towards you, clutching combat knives. So they're going to try and close the distance and dodge here. So they're going for a race.
Sure. I got 3.
Okay. Let's see what they get.
Yes. All right. So pair 1 is down now, right?
Yeah, so you shoot another bullet. It sort of like branches out almost like a tree of bone, piercing them in multiple spots, impaling them. And they drop down to the ground without a word. They've not made a sound this entire time, not even like a gasp of pain or anything. But they just sort of flop down, ragdoll to the ground.
Sweet. I edited it, by the way, for your ease. Oh, the initiative, I mean.
Okay, so Vasilii, from what I understand, you were dropping out the vents, like about to attack these guys, right? From behind.
Yes.
So per 3, like, I wouldn't say their ears prick up because they have no visible ears, but second, like as you're dropping out the vents, they suddenly turn around, pull pistols out.
Okay, but these are definitely not regular humans.
And begin firing their pistols towards you as you're like dropping down.
Only now does Vasilii believe. I think they're like an automated defense squad thing.
Surely, because their target is so small, they have a hard time hitting him, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say you have an advantage if you're going to try and dodge this.
Alright.
He's like rotating in the air doing
strike.
combat rolls as the bullets come in. It's a rat. I love that.
He's slightly adjusting his mass, evolving and devolving, so that, he pivots left or right.
Shit.
Devolve further, even further beyond, become single-celled organism.
Before
and
they
capable...
invented bullets!
Could he become a single-celled organism and he's just like immune to damage, but he also can't think? He's just gone.
He just
He devolves into a bacteria, then evolves again into a virus.
Yeah. Oh my god. That'd be kind of sick.
We are all Vasilii today.
So it's 1, 2 they've got, so what are you going to try and do? You're going to try and dodge this, basically?
If it's like his rat body that's, trying to weave, would you say that's like, body?
Yeah, I'd say, it's dodge here with advantage, I would say. Which is body and wit.
Okay.
Special Vasilii attack where he devolves into a single-celled organism, but he keeps, like, duplicating until he can, like, swarm someone's immune system. Sorry, I got
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, he fucking owns them with this dodge. It's majestic.
That was 5 successes.
So they even relax a second because you dodged it from, like, so close that they assumed there was no way they could possibly have missed you.
So
your
next... on
next...
his dodge.
Yeah.
Well, there's no
so as you land, they believe you're dead, basically, for a split second, so your next attack will have advantage on them as they caught by surprise. And with that, we go to you, Vasilii.
I think, as we're turning around, behind them, there's a shadow rising as Vasilii, shifts, re-evolves himself from a rat to a man. For a split second, just as we're turning next around, he's in this strange hybrid state. It's almost like, there's a oversized and still youthful, Master Splinter as that they see before, like, both of them have like their necks grabbed, very meaty arms, and like squeezed, trying to like strangle them.
Okay, I would say go for a restrain then, and they're going to go for a dodge on their parts.
See, restrain.
If they try and sort of leap out the way of your move. Restrain, that would be the power and durability.
All right. Uh-oh.
You do have advantage, that's 2 there. And you manage to seize them one in each arm. And as you grasp the neck, you easily crush their throats with more like ease than you were expecting. Like, you didn't think you were putting enough power into that, to be honest. but they do not seem to like die immediately from having their neck snapped, and you can't actually feel. You can feel like something give under your hand. You can't feel bone or anything like that. It feels honestly like you're crushing a plastic bottle.
Guys, I don't think these guys are human.
Other robot guards.
Does it feel like what he's touching is organic at least?
No, it doesn't feel like you're touching anything organic. Like I said, it feels like a plastic bottle, to be frank.
I don't know.
Okay.
They still might be human.
They might be, yeah.
And
I think
yeah,
that's how Vasilii ends his turn. Then yeah, Vader choking only. They don't actually get to breathe.
so yeah, per two, which were the ones that was, I believe they tried to throw the grenade at Chelsea. But seeing that Vasilii is now attacking from behind them, they turn around like a military turn, basically, and begin firing their pistols through the comrades that are being held to try and hit Vasilii from his blind spots.
Did Vasilii land the hit on them, by the way?
Oh, yes, he did.
Alright, which pair did he hit?
Per three. So they're going to go for a bamboozle as they try and shoot Vasilii through per three. And menacing from then. And Vasilii, what would you do in response to this?
Can I try and position the two guards in front of me to act as meat shield?
Well, they're shooting through them anyway, so I don't know how effective that would be.
Can I stack them?
You could certainly put them in front of each other to make more resistance. You could try that, I guess. And
surely
that would
the
be
bullets won't go through both of them and still hit me and do injury.
Well, you can try protect them. That'll be speed and durability from yourself.
All right.
As they do the bamboozle here. So you throw them in front of each other. You hear bang, 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 and it's almost bizarre how these people who are shot. It's not even that they're made of anything strong. It seems because the bullets rip through them with ease, and with the momentum barely slowed, those bullets then slam into your stomach. And you do, of course, take your hit.
I think his grip might slacken.
So yeah, as your grip slackens, the per-3 drops to the floor. They're still standing up, but with their necks crushed, their heads just sort of flopping to one side each. As they stand up straight and point their pistols towards you again.
Farewell, Vasilii.
It's Bats' turn. So you're hearing the sounds of chaos from outside this hospital room.
Okay, perfect. I am going.
Pretty sure you heard a grenade at some point.
Right. I'm going to prepare my the Clash's overlays on my hands and feet. And I'm going to just poke my head out the door and fire off as many balls as I can, but not in the direct. I'm going to purposefully control them that they will not hit these guys, these guards, and I'm going to go out of my way to avoid them and keep ricocheting them off the walls basically until they build up enough momentum, and then I'm going to try to go for a mass snipe, straight through the head on these guys, but only after they've done a few rounds of the hallway, since it has such a weird architecture to it. I'm thinking maybe there could be some sort of Iraqi ass maybe riding the curves of the three, how Joseph did in the arena.
I'm gonna say then for that attack that'll be a trick shot from you, and that'll have to be all three of their rolls to determine who it hits.
Right. Wait, I'm rolling trick shot 3 times?
No, you've run it once and they're rolling against it.
Oh, okay. And trick shot, that's what?
Wit and precision.
Wit and precision?
Body and wit, sorry. No, wit and precision, yeah. That's right, yeah. Wit and precision, sorry.
Okay. Do I get an advantage for it being cool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Not too bad. Is the first is per 1. You hit then. Right before you, Driver and Chelsea, you see the bullets slam through their heads, sort of shred them. The masks and balaclavas fall off, and you can see the material beneath the masks now. It seems like their entire bodies are composed of like this translucent material, but like it seems like they're invisible at first, but it's this translucent plastic basically. These are people made of plastic.
Real quick, was that pair 2 he hit?
It was per 1.
Okay.
I forgot to roll.
So that pair 1's dead.
Oh yeah, that was per 2 then.
Okay, so they're both at 1 hit left.
10. Can you add that extra 6? I rolled a 96 instead of 10 because of the advantage.
I thought pair 1 was dead. Funny you say that, Chelsea. Pair 1 gets up and starts shooting at her.
Yeah, so per 2 are now missing their heads, but they're still like up and at them. And per 3, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was against 5 from them. The bullets slam into them. It misses their heads though, and like lodges in the middle of their chest, basically preserved there, stuck there. The ball. So per 2 have taken a hit though.
Gotcha. So they're both at 1 hit left.
Yes.
Okay, and then it is his turn, isn't it?
Oh, per 3 actually still needs to roll. No, that's fine. Sorry, that's my mistake.
Yes.
So per 3, who we have just dropped down in front of Vasilii, at this close range, they're just taking their pistols, planting them against basically your temples, 1 temple each, Vasilii, and just going to try and pull the trigger, like shoot you point blank here.
I think he's gonna try and evolve himself so that his head is lower than we're aiming, and maybe they shoot each other instead.
Fucking Looney Tunes ass dodge.
I love it.
Would that be? Let me think. Wait, this is dodge, isn't it?
I would say it's a dodge. I'll give you advantage for being a smart dodge, though.
Okay. Body and width.
And that'll be against the overkill, which is menacing in power here. That's a good thing you had that fucking advantage, I'm gonna say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you manage you devolve into a little smaller fellow, and the bullets sort of zoom through the space your head was just occupying and slam into the wall.
Oh.
You felt your monkey life flash before your eyes.
How heavy? Oh yeah. Wait, is that the entirety of a turn, by the way?
That was their turn. Yeah, that was just your reaction.
So how heavy did these guards feel when he was
very light.
Okay. I think apes have far greater strength than humans. I think Bill's gonna try and grab one and like twist them like a towel.
Bear in mind that was your reaction though, so it's not your turn yet.
Oh right.
So it's now Driver's turn.
Wait, what? Didn't I go?
No, you're after Driver.
Oh, you're right. I am after Driver. I got lost.
All right, so sorry, I was working on something. What's the situation again?
So Vasilii has just dodged them being shot direct in the head by per 3. Per 2 is like the missing their heads are still standing. Per 1 is destroyed, and per 2 are the ones like facing you at the moment.
All right. I think what I want to do here is I want to form proto-men like around my body and just start like sprinting at them. But like as I approach them, I suddenly like hop onto the wall and just start like with the wheels on my feet, just start like grinding the wall. And then I use that forward momentum to leap off the wall and slam into one of them with a punch.
Damn, okay, that's really cool. There's obviously a advantage there. And I'd say probably a strike if you can end it with a punch on them, so power and precision. And they're going to try and dodge with body and weight here. So let's say a 1 from you, but let's see how it turns out. So,
Okay.
your,
Yeah,
as
no, that makes sense.
So you zoom across the wall. Your fist slams into its chest basically because it's got no head. But as it hits the chest, you feel the entire like humanoid structure just unfurl into this like big sheet of plastic that suddenly like engulfs and encases you. Like you're trapped in like in a plastic bag. To be honest, right
I'm
now.
being attacked by Majin Buu now.
Chelsea, you do see like plastic suddenly unfurl, seize driver, like constrict around him.
Oh god. Did he take
Gohan,
damage?
help me!
Did he take damage?
Well, it's now the plastic bag's turn, so
Oh dear.
he's going to try and like just constrict further, like cutting off your earth, basically, trying to suffocate you. So it's going for a restrain, power and durability.
From the inside, I'm going to like project spikes around Proto Men's wheels and try and like cut my way out.
Okay.
Spinning the wheels really fast like a saw.
Okay, I would say that's going to be a. Let's see. Neutralize, I would maybe say. Reason and power.
Reason and power. Sure.
So here is the restrain roll. 1, 2. My God.
Sorry. Like I said, I'm
I like
working
how it
on...
also works as a calculator, I just realised.
Like I said, I'm working on something else right
no
now.
worries.
I'm
The devil's
tired.
dice. So yeah, you managed to like slice it open basically, enough to like get some air in there, so you're not just suffocating. And Chelsea, you have witnessed this from where you are standing.
Yeah.
How do you respond to this plastic bag trying to suffocate your Nakama?
I am
comrade?
going to fucking shoot it. My gun.
You're gonna shoot it.
Yeah. Is it
Travis,
over him?
in it.
Is it literally
Yeah,
over
it's him.
Okay.
It's got him in it.
So I've shot a couple bone bullets. I'm gonna bring them up and kind of turn them into a small bone life, and I'm gonna try and cut him free / attack it.
Okay. Let's see. So you can like try and slice it open, basically.
Yeah, as like an attack on it, but also so he can breathe.
And that's neutralize then reason and power there, and that'll be against its endure here. It's like trying to harden itself to get through this. It's going to roll its body in the block.
Fuck, that was a bad roll. Fuck, sorry, driver. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know how I rolled that bad.
So you bring your bone knife down. You cut to the chase, if you will.
Yeah, I cut to the chase. Bone knives.
But as you're bringing your knife down onto the plastic, it suddenly hardens in that spot to such a degree that sparks are flying from the clash.
Oh
Not the
god.
clash, the stand, but from the hardness of
I
it.
recoil off of it. Yeah, from the force.
Your bone knife, like as you recoil, like sails out your hands and is embedded in the ceiling as it flew away at such force.
God damn it! Shit, hang in there, driver. And then that's my turn.
Yes. As we go to Vasilii.
All right, I would like to implement what I previously mentioned, which
Okay.
was, now that he realizes, these men are just hollow men, he's gonna try and, with his meaty monkey arms, grab them and try and wring them like a towel.
Oh my god. Overkill, then I'd say certainly.
All right. All
And that'll be against the
Overkill.
withstand.
right, let me check. Overkill is.
Overkill would be menacing and power.
All right. Oh.
Oh, very nice. Let's see how it works out. Yes, it does work out. You seize it by the leg with one hand, by the head with the other one, and indeed like a towel, you wrench it out. You feel like shaking and cracking whatever bits of structure it had into your grasp. until it is nothing more than just useless plastic.
Hell yeah.
And I imagine like you do like maybe a towel snap at the other one that finishes that one off.
I was thinking more like, you know that thing, like drunk soccer fans do, where like they take their jersey off and that they swing it around.
Oh yeah, you get the other one with it.
Yeah, he's gonna do that and then whack the other one with the corpse of their fellow.
Yeah, so as you do that, you do it with such like devolved strength that the top half of the other one just sort of shaved away by the blow, and the legs just sort of crumple down to the floor like a pair of old jeans. As per 3 is also eliminated.
I do believe that's my turn.
Yes, it's very well spent. As per 2, which is the one currently constricting a driver, it's going to try and like constrict you again, drive, but this time it's like trying to force itself down your throat, basically. So it's going for a cripple, basically wit and power from it. How would you respond to that?
I want to try and replicate this is probably an insane fucking idea.
That's what we like.
I want to replicate the oil explosion from way earlier, and try and like heat up the plastic from the inside.
Okay. I'll give you an advantage for that because that's insane. And I'd say, and more than anything, that's going to be a withstand from you because you can do it, but whether or not you'll take damage from it is the question here because you're in the burning plastic.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's going to be a counter attack. So you're going to take a hit even if this strikes, but you'll like get it back basically. So it's a 1 from it, and withstand from you will be pluck and durability. Well done. So you see the plastic like surrounding and constricting a driver suddenly glow orange as he's like pouring this recorded explosion into it. It suddenly sort of like recoils, like bursting into scraps of plastic. And as you sit up, driver, having escaped from your near suffocation, there are like unsightly birds covering your exposed skin. Like you did not come out of that escape, you did take a hit from that. It does hurt like shit, along with the toes that you got shot off earlier.
Yeah.
Were all the
With
pairs
that-
defeated though?
Yeah, well, that combat does come to a close in this hallway.
Is this old fucker still like laying there?
You don't know where he is.
Wait, isn't this his room? His hospital room?
You're in the
No.
hallway.
No, we're in a hallway with I think it was what?
I'm
6
just
other
imagining a guy in a fucking coma, just like sleeping there peacefully while we're fighting for our fucking
Yeah,
lives.
You
no,
said we
there's-
kicked down a door though, like into a room.
Into the hallway.
Yeah, into the hallway. There's 3 different.
Doors don't
or-
connect the hallways.
So we didn't
idiot.
even deal with the guards that. Okay.
no,
thought-
these are the guards.
I thought
there's doors
what happened
in
was-
this hallway.
I know, but I thought what happened was Vasilii and Bats found the room with the guy. We went there and kicked that door down, but I guess we went into a hallway. So I want to go to that room where they are, where the guy is.
Okay, well, there's 6 doors here, so you sort of check them one by one. 5 are empty, but on the 6th attempt, the 5th attempt, because Bats already knew one was empty,
Right.
you do get to this dark room, lit only by like a life support machine, and the only sound is the beep, beep, beep of it. And there's a very elderly man, like, lying in that bed, connected up by various wires, and then like a rebreather to the life support. And as you enter, you see his eyes like slowly open. Did you come here to kill me?
What were those plastic things out there?
My attendants. The KGB does not want me to spill my secrets.
What were they? Robots? A stand?
One of my personal guards has the ability to control plastic. It is no matter, they are gone. What do you want?
Who are you taking a revenge for?
Hold on. Just stay there for a second. Group huddle. Alright, who wants to ask him about Blackhurst?
I got it.
Dude, where's Blackhurst?
His eyes like widen as much as they can.
Oh no, Aether.
The old sin comes back to haunt us then. Who told you this name? You
Doesn't
should kill
matter.
them, for they mean nothing good for you.
We need to find where it is.
Very well. Do you have something to write things down?
I hand him a notepad.
He takes out a pen from like the desk next to his bed with like a shaking hand, and shakily begins writing numbers onto the notepad. It seems to be a set of coordinates. We did not understand what we were meddling with. If you do get there in one piece, I suggest you burn the place down. Perhaps the
We might
ghosts
just
will
do
thank
that.
you.
What exactly was that asylum?
We sold it to the Kremlin as a super soldier program, but it was neither that nor was it for them. The organization I worked for no longer exists, but we were once called Totality. We wish to unite the world under a new and invisible flag, but you see how this works out, yes?
What do you
Like every other conspiracy does.
Shallow dreams for shallow men.
what was this guy's name again?
Boris?
Boris, what do you know about the Better Angels? And I also name which members of them I know the names of, because that don't currently come to mind.
His names mean nothing, but I know of who you speak. The brat has formed his own little army then.
Brat?
The brat.
Blackhurst was not a super soldier, at least not in the way we sold it as. It was a project to bring the past back into the present. We'd acquired certain materials for which we wished to create a specimen.
Genesis,
Yes.
That's what you're getting at.
It was a facility meant for creating that, yes.
What's
doubt-
Genesis?
That's the guy who runs the Better Angels.
So
the
wait,
guy with the crown.
He's from the past?
No,
We're
no,
all
no,
from
no,
the
no.
past.
He's I don't know. They made him in a lab.
He was
Test tube.
he was cloned from recovered material from an incident shortly before World War II. Tell me,
Let me
does
guess.
the name Pillar Men mean anything to you?
Oh,
fuck.
god damn it.
I knew it. I knew there had to be one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we're
was thinking
so
that too when
fucked.
I was thinking that too when I suggested the that
Where they each
everyone
have
in
a
the group.
power, Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You guys cloned a fucking Pillar Man? Dante raises his voice.
Indeed.
Driver. What the fuck is a pillar man?
They're the okay, you know how vampires feed on humans? Pillar men
Allegedly.
feed on vampires.
You have seen a vampire, silly.
But has he though?
Yes, we fought. You
Yes,
helped me fight
you
one.
have.
We literally fought one together.
No. See,
Didn't you get
that's
your
the-
blood sucked?
Yeah.
But did he though?
Fuck off.
He's like fucking Han Solo. Doesn't believe in the Force.
Everyone just fucking ignores Vasilii, I think.
through the fucking Clone Wars.
What? So where did you get the original DNA from?
Why would you clone a fucking
As I
Pillar Man?
said,
Do you have
an
any
incident.
idea how much trouble it was to kill the 3 that were around the first time?
An incident shortly before World War II. The first time is where we got the material. We managed to take it from the ones who had it previously. Sample S, it was
why?
called, held by the Speedwagon Foundation.
That
Oh,
that is
Okay.
a terrible sin.
It was probably probably got it from like Satanta.
Well, what's
Yes,
what's their
yeah.
weakness then? How are we supposed to stop him?
Well, if I remember,
They're still weak to sunlight, is the thing.
Hasn't he
but-
been out in the sun? Wasn't he on the sun when we last encountered him? It was daytime.
It was like a
No.
stormy night.
it was not, and if you remember correctly, he did not step into the moonlight.
Yeah. Fuck. So we have to find them in the daytime and bring their dark souls to light.
Go to Blackhurst, I would say.
And
The
none of us are
scientists-
fucking hormone users.
The scientists there, they were no fools. I'm sure they programmed in weaknesses as requested. We never got word back if they'd been successful in that, though. The brat had long since killed them before then and escaped.
Well, guess
Well,
we're gonna see if I can
What are the
replicate
origins
sunlight.
of these killer men?
If nothing else, I mean, there's a reason they don't want people to go there. But it must have information on him, or maybe his
Well,
group.
what's it being used for now? Anything?
It's abandoned.
Why didn't they
It's
just
nothing
destroy
there.
it then?
I wanted
mean-
it destroyed, but my enemies in the government, they thought I had something to hide there. They've been scouring it for years themselves.
Something said-
How hard is it to scour one building?
It was not a normal building.
I mean, they were trying to contain a pillar man there, so probably pretty hard.
Look, I don't know what any of this Pillar Man business is, but I get the gist of it. Bad news.
Yeah, knowing this, I don't even know how we ever could honestly defeat Better Angels. We're really gonna need an ace in the hole.
Boris, I am curious though. This whole what was it called? This Blackhurst experiments. Was it just on this Pillar Man resurrection deal, or were you experimenting on humans?
It was the purpose of the project was the Pillar Man, the ultimate humanoid weapon. Nothing else was a concern, at least for my part of totality.
So nothing to do with wound infliction, anything like that. Where the hell did all that come
Wound
from?
infliction. You mean
I don't-
like torture?
Don't worry about it.
Fuck, what's the leader guy's name again?
Pol Pot, or
No,
Genesis?
Genesis.
Thank you. Sorry, it keeps slipping my mind. I think we might be able to find something on Genesis there, if nothing else, even if it's not Better Angels, and maybe that'll give us what we need. But if they've been scouring it for years and haven't found anything, I'm thinking it must be hidden by a stand power. Think like Part 5 Coco Jumbo. Like maybe it's hidden in a wall, or like in a dimension, or in a person, or a thing that like you need special way to access. Do we even know what Genesis' stand is yet?
You know there was a little thing he brought out that seemed to provide him some kind of information.
What did it look like?
It was like a little thing, like a little eye, like floating little eye.
Interesting. All right, so he gave us the coordinates. He's given us some intel. He's told us about the plastic people. I look at him and I say, all right, do you want to keep living?
I thought you'd never ask. I would demand my own payment for my kindness, after all. That is my way.
What do you have in mind?
Perhaps if a wire could be snipped. He sort of looks over at the life support machine.
The second he says that, Dante like expands Proto Men's claws and just like cuts the wire.
Ah, that's a load off my shoulders. You'd best go before they come to check out what happens. Gunfire does not go ignored for long, after all.
Can you just tell me one more thing?
Of course.
What is the full name of the woman who works at the front desk?
What?
Her full name. What is her
I
full
don't-
Russian
I
name?
don't know.
Vasily begins
I don't know. Who works at the front
filibustering
desk?
I love that his last moments are going to be spent in confusion.
Tan
Who are you
only makes me
talking
come up
about?
with a full fake Russian name that never comes up again, and will not create a Russian name on the spot. He refuses.
Her name? Lodi Gaga.
Oh shit, so she's important. Lodi Gaga. Thank you.
Watch out for her on the way.
Wow. This guy's definitely going to hell, but he died a really cool, dignified death. Oh my god.
I kick his fucking corpse out of the hospital bed.
It flops through the floor.
Fucking
He's in
asshole.
the Peter Griffin death pose.
He was a pretty terrible human being, if you could even call him a human being at this point.
Jeez,
Vasilii
results.
salutes.
No, because he's like did horrible things.
Oh. But at this
Vasilii,
point,
Vasilii salutes him.
and with that, yeah, as you do hear outside, you can hear footsteps coming up the stairs rapidly. It seems that, like you said, that gunfire has not got ignored. It was the grenade explosion. So you got the information. You got inside in the hospital. You've got your information. Now all
Hey,
that remains is getting out.
You know what time it is, right?
Don't say it.
And with the sound of that motorcycle revving, we cut to the inevitable black. As the session comes to an end. I think that's is still in the toilet, but
Damn. That was a good session, Tan.
thank you.
The music fit really well with that at the end too. Sorry if I zoned out a couple times.
Yeah,
but I
no
enjoyed
worries.
it. Hey, you did good, kid. Well, guys, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao. Dude.
Yeah, dude.